Popularity will be like an ELPs in 99.9 FM. So welcome to this live broadcast. Come to you live at the Knowledge of Information. So stay tuned first as we bring you full coverage of MOI post conference in follow. So today MOI press briefing will be addressed by John McMahon, Minister of Information. So that was about acting 16 minutes of information services. And done about the sound with
Good afternoon, members of the fourth state. Good afternoon to Nigerians who are following the first edition of the MICA, the Ministry of Information press briefing in 2006. We want to, on behalf of the senior management team of the Ministry of Information, which all of you Merry Christmas and a happy, prosperous New Year. We are happy to be alive and well, and to be back here at the Ministry of Information behind this podium to continue from where we stopped in 2025, or will be in the Republic. It's a new year, and we want to make the environment more conducive, more orderly, and we'll not be repeating ourselves every time we come on the microphone at this podium to say, please put your anyone among you who is not well at birth with the protocols here. So we'll have to make it better, make it more orderly, the movement, the corridor, keeping the doors open. Make sure that before the press conference starts, you let your houses come here before the press conference. So your gadgets, your tripod, and everything that will be in place at least about 15 minutes to the start of the press conference. And then when the minister and his team enter, we can know that we are all here to do real business. So that being said, I want to again welcome all of you to another year that we are very hopeful is going to be productive and eventful as 2025 was. We look forward to working along with all of you. If there are instances where we have to make some amendments, the Department of Public Affairs is going to do so, just to make the press conference more interesting, more interactive, and to improve the environment. There's no secret that the media have been very cooperative over the last 2 years. When you look at the local dailies, most of the headlines on the local dailies are drawn from topical issues that are generated here at the Ministry of Information. So we also want to say thank you to our colleagues in the media, the print, electronic media. They've been very supportive. 2025 we now have been successfully completed without the own role that you play. So we look forward to an eventful 2026, and today is the 6th of January. We are going to get the year started. Today we have a sole speaker, the Honorable Minister. He will be speaking on to you. Where we stopped from last year was that we were providing you very important updates about critical sectors of the government. And as we resume today for the year 2026, we are going to begin from where we stopped. So at this point, let me now seize a moment to welcome our distinguished minister to the microphone.
the statement it was done by the Daily Minister of Affairs of Paris in the Summer space. Minister of Information. So once again, I just joined Portugal, so companies like podcast, and then especially con like technology of information. So for this January 6th, 2026, there is a first conference of MI in the year
All right, good
2026.
afternoon. Let me once more wish all of you a very happy new year. All of us have started 2026. Regards to ourselves and what is ahead of us, we don't know. Because the only person who can see beyond today is God. I know on New Year Day, when people are in the different New Year Eve, when people are in the different churches waiting for what they call crossover. And you see the crossover, there's joy amongst everyone there. But as it has always been historical, not everybody who's standing in the church and celebrating that they've seen the new year sometimes can end the new year. That is because as human beings, we cycle. We're born, we grow up, we live, we die along the way. It's expected. So our prayer is that the year of the ministry that has started, the new year will be protected and covered for the year, and that you'll see the following year. That is my prayer for all of us here. And so once again, I want to say Happy New Year. We also pray and hope that the new year will be good for the country. To practice the journalism that we're practicing, the country should be okay, the space should be created, so that you have the opportunity to do well in what you've chosen to do and what each of us in our different capacities are doing. From the perspective of the ministry, we'll continue to do what we ought to keep improving the conditions here. We are expected very soon to start the process of conveying our employees to and from work using the buses that we procured. We just secured additional 40 computers to strengthen the different offices, deploy more gadgets so that folks can have work to do. You see the building yourself. We look forward to doing more, especially from the external, because we want to ensure that the environment in which people come to work is okay. So we're looking forward to a productive year, both for our ministry and for the country. A couple of individuals called me last night and in relation to what they said were different messages circulating social media. What Liberia may have said, the situation in Venezuela. I did say to some of you recall that Liberia as a country did not say anything, whatever you were attributing specifically to Liberia could not be correct. But let me tell you what has happened. Liberia is a member state of the African Union. Liberia also sits on the UN Security Council as a non-permanent member, but not on its own accord. The seat being occupied by Liberia belongs to the African continent. And the three countries that are representing Africa on the Security Council as non-permanent members are not there on their own accord. Those seats were allotted to the African continent, and the countries there now were chosen among their peers. So while there, you don't do stuff on your own, or just focus on your country. You represent a collective voice. So upon the occurrence of the situation in Venezuela, the African Union delivered a position. Already there's this concept of what we call the Common African Position, which keeps the continent together on all issues. So when you heard our ambassador at the UN, Ambassador Louis Rand, speak, he was delivering what represents the position of the group that is referred to as the A3. A3 are the three nations that are representing Africa on the Security Council as non-permanent members. And so they have talked. That's what they're there for in the first place. But the key things that you should note from the A3 position is one, they align themselves with the recent communique of the African Union on the situation of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, and that they will continue to monitor developments there with deep concerns. Of course, they noted in particular the detention of the president. They also noted, as per that position, that they stand ready to support all efforts within the Security Council and in cooperation with regional partners to facilitate a peaceful, inclusive, and lasting solution to the situation in Venezuela. And I think that was a cross of the matter. We want to continue to tell the story of the administration over the last 2 years, which we started on the last day of the last press conference, not last day, for the last day. I remember when I was called by the president to come and serve, one of the situations that I inherited, which any person who come from abroad will inherit, is the ability to adjust to the dramatic situation of the country at one place time. Usually, this is a period that is extremely hot. I remember those days, especially considering the situation of this ministry. You would enter their offices, there was no generator, of course, basic current harlequin, where you had to come to work, in the hot offices and sweat profusely. When we came to this very conference hall around this period, even though we had 2 units up there, these ones that you had here, even with their presence, this hall was tormenting. Most of the times we brought our guests here, they were embarrassed to some extent because they were never comfortable. But the time is different now. The same period, the situation looks very different. When I enter my office, I cut the air conditioner off because in the blink of an eye, it becomes terribly cold for my home. That's the impact of climate change. See the way I was driving to work this morning in January. It's raining. The other night, I think it was Saturday night or Sunday night, I was in the piano. And there was a real heavy downpour already. It's not common to the period we're on. It concerns us because some of the things we have to do as a government are this time depends on the climatic condition of the country. When the rains are pulling left and right, it slows down the pace of some of the things we want to do. Especially so with regards to our road work. Many different corridors are being tackled. I live from Broadville. There's been total clearance of the road leading up to St. Paul Bridge, because by now we should have been almost towards completing the pavement, and we would have just stand from a distance and see that driving from Broad Street way down to St. Paul Bridge is just a super 4-lane road that will impress anybody, because that has never happened since the foundation of the country. And of course, around the same period with the ratification of the Pivotal Agreement, mobilization is about to start, and we're supposed to begin the actual road from St. Paul Bridge to Clay to Tottenham Bread to Bowood to start. So if you have those kinds of things to do and you see what is happening with the climatic condition, it concerns you, especially if you are a genuinely concerned citizen who wants to see development. If you're not one of those who gets angry when you hear about development, if you're not one of those who perhaps, like that man of God said to me, we can avoid to you here, praying and fasting and doing stuff for conditions like these to come so that the country does not change in that category, then maybe it's okay for you. But if you want to genuinely see the country develop, then it should be concerning to all of us. But it is a natural occurrence that we don't have control over. So we'll continue to monitor it, continue to make intervention when it's applicable. Once we show that what we do, does not lead to waste. Because if you're doing something, putting money in the end, that thing does not last, it will amount almost to the wastage of money. So we're glad that we're careful in what we do, so that nothing is done yet today, tomorrow is going to come and criticize. Oh, everything is working for political reasons, quick project. Where is it? It has vanished. The approach of this administration is nothing that resembles quick impact. We want to make lasting imprint on the country's outlook. And I must say too, before I move on further, that along these lines, there will be situations that look like pain. We encourage our citizens to adjust and just cooperate in these regards. Now, I always give this example: when you go to Ghana, everybody tries to fly from here to go to Ghana, they come to go. So now you go anywhere, just land from the airport, you pass through, you come to all that huge impression of Ghana is there, Ghana is there. It didn't happen by magic. There was a time when the leadership there had to be decisive. And it was easy to do because the leadership that took the bull by the horn to do that was a military government, headed by flag. The late Jerry John Rawlings. So most of the things they were doing was forceful. But trust me, in the drink of an eye, the people who were having problems with those things started to realize that it was meant for their good. And today, they are so proud of their country. Anytime you speak to a Ghanaian, you arrogantly tell you that they are the best in the whole world. Maybe that is true, maybe that is not true, but that's what they believe. It's a sense of nationalism and patriotism that enables you to portray your country in that way. So yes, when I was driving yesterday and I realized that deep clearances were done all on both sides of the Guadalajara Road, some people may not be happy. Because people sell their to do different things, and they think the whole livelihood question will come back and say, oh, this is how we survive. But the truth also is that in that place is a very huge and big market that is empty. So that these adjustments are made. But anyway, if ever in the market or in Mumbai, it will be forced to enter. Maybe part of the reason why the people who say I won't go in the market, maybe part of the reason why they have been struggle. It's the very thing you want to go for in the market, as long as you put your foot down from the car, you see all the street. Everybody in the market will have show people there and you still sell. But those things are considered to be pain. We should see it as a painful situation that enhances national development, and they will take a country to a point where you're proud of it. So what has happened in the agriculture sector? The country's development agenda, which is the REST agenda, advanced Liberia's agriculture, keeping it central to development, the food security, and the job creation. Beneficiaries and support in the sector. Around 198,000 plus farmers have benefited directly through extension in seed distribution, in mechanization, in climate smart practices, in animal health, and in market access. 35,000 additional farmers reached with partner support, strong participation by both women and youth. With regards to production and value chain, climate resilient REST expanded by 6,500 plus hectares, adding 22,000 metric tons. Cocoa rehabilitation expansion on around 13,000 hectares. That has improved yield and farmers' income. Gains in cassava, vegetable, fisheries, and livestock are also made. Market access and infrastructure. Around 166 kilometers of feeder roads have been completed in major food producing counties. That has reduced transport costs by 50%, and improved or increased farmers' income. The National Cocoa Seed Garden Operation, around 350,000 improved seedlings distributed to farmers, strengthening seed systems.
Hey, you guys. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching us from. Welcome. Welcome to the Nightly Exchange. Welcome. Thank you for being here this evening. Um, Namaste. Oh, I forgot one. Namaste. Yeah. I try to add a Hindi there. Okay. So next time remind me. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being always patient with us, right? Waiting, look at the time. Why did I even point it out? I guess you have already forgotten about it, but I have to be transparent. So I have to talk about the time because we still have to be apologizing for it. But thank you so much for all of you who are always here making it your time to tune in to us at this time to hear us talk about the good, the bad, the ugly of Liberia. And as I always say, I love to hear about talk about it good. Nevertheless, we can't help, we can't stop what happened, right? We can't control what happened in the country. We can lately we've been hearing some good news, but we still have some prophets of dooms around that want to hear bad news. So they try to turn good news into bad news, and we're here for it, right? Because as long as it's in your head, I'm okay with it. As long as it's not happening, it's in your head, I am fine with it. That's my whole thing with it. With the so-called bad news that they always like to bring, it's always in their heads. So that's a good thing. And these we all not crazy. But thank you. Hey, Mawada, how are you? Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's, everyone. Once again, Happy New Year's. Yeah. Continue. Please share the show. Please share it. And guys, I found a picture on social media today about Touré. Even though I was waiting for Touré to tell us his own, happy news, but it looks like the cat is out of the bag. it's out there. Everybody's sharing it and something too. We went to Africa, and all I can say is that I'm not gonna take the whole thing out. Maybe some of you haven't seen it yet. All I can say is that Touré went as a Baname, and he's coming back as Mr. Touré. Look at Morris must have seen that. Moses said he got married. Ah, you see that picture of Moses? It's out there everywhere. On I seen. I'm like, Touré. I tell you, this was a surprise. But anyways, surprise. There it is. Touré went as the when it began. He's coming back as Mr. Touré. Okay, that's all. The happy day, happy news, right? We're happy for our brother. You know, off the markets. You hear that, ladies? He's off the market. Keep your clothes to yourselves. So that's about it with Terrell. But Terrell kind of gave us the nitty gritty of everything that went down. So I don't want to be the one to, put it out there. Saying the pictures is out there. That's why I'm talking about it. But he'll come and break it down to y'all. He owe all of us that. He owe us that. The absent and the December wedding and all of that, he gotta come in, tell us all about it. And the Batata trip and everything, I'm here for it. I'm waiting. I can't wait to see him. And so we can talk about his happy day. Share the show, please. Yeah, right there. We were just watching the minister give updates on what had happened in the country over the years, and he's, I guess, and going into the 2026 years. What's next? What's next to come? And yeah, with a lot of good things. Lots of good things, and these are the things we like to hear from their mouths because, um, you know, we got some alternative facts, spraying around everywhere. And when I say it, when they say it, when everybody else say it, it's, oh, well, how come they're not responding to it? How come they're not saying something? So when it comes from their horse's mouth itself, then maybe, well, some people would not believe it either way. But people who are not so much into the politicking and stuff, they will know, they'll believe it. And not the ones who are trying to, unless the ones who are trying to turn it into politics, right? So it's a good thing to always hear from them. That video is a bit long since we coming on late. That's why I didn't let it play all the way. Once again, I had to go do something with my daughter. And mommy's duty. Yeah, y'all. Y'all think it's me that's gonna little girl, right? I'm a mommy kid. Yep. Mommy of two. Me. A boy and a girl. Proud of it too. Yeah. So I had to go do mommy duty. So that's why I've been running late lately. But I love to be here. I love to talk about Liberia. Not getting paid for it, not doing anything, but still love for country, right? You have to get ask like the quote from President Kennedy as not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. That's so since we don't have the big comments to put it down. I mean, this is some ways we can show love for our country to sit down. I mean, how long ago did you see, people already showing interest in Liberia like that? Like, young Liberians showing interest in that country and stuff like that. So it's a beautiful thing that everybody's trying to, even the ones born here, everybody is all about LIB. And that's a good thing. We just have to, learn how to show love among each other because what's some of the stuff that I see happening on the internet among us and supporting each other is horrible. We are horrible people when it comes to supporting each other, and that has got to stop. It's kind of like it's in a different signal, bad signal when people on the internet going after each other, and they're all, especially the women, and it's so disgusting, and supporting like bad things that may happen to somebody else, and they're laughing about it, they're sharing it, they're supporting the bad one. And I see other nationalities like these things happen in the community, and they show support for this person who is being hurt, right? But not in the Liberian community. You who being hurt, those are the ones that they jump and start dragging. I mean, you can get mad at somebody, but sometimes when something bad happens, you gotta put all of that stuff aside and show some kind of empathy for a person. But I guess that is not what we see, and we're trying to some of us try to stay away from stuff like that. Not that we're better than them, or they're better than us in any ways, but everybody has their own things that they subscribe to, that boy their pots and stuff like that, so to speak. Some of us are very shy, shy people. I can't go that far. My, but it was it friskiness stops right here. The personal thing and put the other, I can't do it. I don't have the face for it. So I'll stick on this side of the table, okay? I like it this side. I like it on this side, but we'll continue to pray for them on that side of the table to see reason to stop doing some of those things. But yeah, Morris is coming on. We're waiting for Morris so we can jump in today. We're here to talk about the LEC today. LEC got locked out today, y'all. So it was a bit funny. Somebody said today, they said, LEC always chasing people for power theft and they're not paying their bills. That was just so funny to me. I said, "Oh boy, this is crazy." So yeah, I'm waiting for Morris so we can talk about this a little bit more. Apart from that, we have we were also supposed to talk about that whole port um thing. But guys, I seen something on the internet too about Prophet. The dude that called his a Prophet's Key. I try not to call him that, but that he said that's his name, right? So, hey, why not? I don't know. He wearing a dress and he's wearing this blue ring that the ring that people they put right here. I don't know that. I don't know what that fashion called, but right to your nose, something that he's wearing one. He wearing a dress too. I'm like, what is this? Is this weird? Like, what's going on here? This can't be Prophet Key, right? But I'm gonna look for it. And then I saw something too that would look really nice if this was to really happen. Let's try and show this before Morris comes on. Let me see here. All the AI stuff, if they could just bring it to light, it'll be cool, right? Look at this. Could you guys imagine this? This would be so awesome if they had stuff on like this. Have this entering every county, right? Working to Buchanan, working to the cities or something like that. When I seen this today, I said, "Oh, this is cute." But let's lose the red, white, and blue. I'm sick and tired of seeing this color. There's no way. I don't think they say every time because your flag color, you will put it on every single little thing. If this is gonna happen, we gotta keep the color off of it. What is Grandmaster flag color, right? How about we use that? When we're looking at the flag colors, we look for every county or every cities that they have one of these at. We put that county or the city flag, the county flag color on there instead of doing the red, white, and blue everywhere. I am sick and tired of seeing red, white, and blue. They're trying to make it. It's ugly now in my eye because everything is everywhere. So, what do y'all think about this? Let me know, guys, in the comment section. Do y'all think this would be a good idea to have entering the countess to have this is a toll booth, right? It's not just something. Is that even legal to have a what does that mean that we have another route for people who don't have money to pay toll? A longer route or something like that? I'm not sure, but I guess the smart people will figure it out. That's I'm so tired. My eyes is hurting. So that's about I snatched that. I thought that was just so cute that they had it like that. And I mean for I like to be 7. Where is Mars? Come on, let's talk about this. So guys, my eyes. So it hurts because I'm tired. Got sunny eyes. Yeah, LEC. Let me find it. Let me so we can read it while we wait about LEC. I'm like, no, not LEC. All the little celebration we did. What happened? I forgot to pay the bills. People are not paying their light bills or what? What's going on? Why aren't we paying our rent? That can't be right. Where is it? Oh, there you go. So let's get to this. This is really good. Sorry, y'all. Bear with me. You know, Amy always trying to find her stuff. It's always disappear from her. Get lost. She always try to find it. And then I saw this too. I mean, it's nice, but I got a feeling about this. I don't know. I got a mixed feeling about it. It's kind of nice, but I'm not sure if it's in the right place or if it's properly placed. Maybe you guys can take a look at it and tell me also what you think about it. I see it as a danger that, to have it on the street like that. So I don't have any copyright to this song. We're just playing it. We don't have copyright. Guys, pay attention to this, right? We don't have any copyright to this song. So guys, look, right? This is nice, but wouldn't people be paying attention to this screen? And think acting like that.
Put your name inside your early money urine and let your enemies suffer. Whatever they plan against you, whatever they got.
Why is this always playing in the back? What is that? Sorry, I had to move that, but I was hearing something else play in the background, I guess. So I was talking about the stream I was showing, right? Kind of like a little TV stream. I'm afraid that people will be paying attention to that, like driving and paying attention, or motorcyclists paying attention and running into people. Or I thought it was gonna be like a little sign up there, like how you have like maybe the street name and or the intersection and something like that. Oh, sorry, Morris. Oh, where's this shirt? Sorry about that, people. Morris can't find the link. So my thing is, I'm a little afraid about that. So about accident, So oh, I put it. I want to put a link in the CMC people chat. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's what happened. Uh-oh. Yeah. Okay. So it's in the right place now. Hopefully. So let's go back. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to. I put the chat, the link in the wrong chat room. I put it in the CMC chat room instead of in our chat room. So, Morris couldn't get it. Sorry, I'm trying to correct that. So sorry, Morris. Guess what? I put a chat. I put a link in CMC chat room. Another this is like he put it in the wrong chat. I said, "Ooh."
Because I say, oh wait, I can't see the link. When you say send it, I say, what?
Yeah, they changed that the profile picture. It kind of looked like the night exchange, and so I guess that's what happened. Because when I look at it, I was like, oh, it looks identical now. So maybe that's why I made a mistake. Before they had the yellow stuff on there, so yeah. I thought originally had to let me know. I was like, ooh.
Because I just see the I said, what's up?
Not much. So tell us what's on your mind, and let's talk about these people and get out of here because that's
all right. I mean,
first, let me put this thing back up while you talk. I was showing some sign on the road that seemed dangerous to me. Maybe I'm crazy, but let me put it back up. I can remember. But go ahead.
Yeah, the first thing was on my mind. I will start with this. The people that always say you're not neutral. You're supposed to be neutral.
Who, me?
I mean, just generally, people always referring to telling other people that they're supposed to be neutral. Even on this show, when they come on this show, they'll always say, you're supposed to be neutral, you're not supposed to take side, and stuff like that, as if they're the ones supposed to set the standard for you. Look, naturally, human beings, we are designed to be biased. We all have some biasness in us.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone. That's how we are designed. Because The fact that you don't even treat everybody the same, that's biasness. You don't treat people that disrespect you, people that despise you, talk down on you. You don't give them the same treatment that you give to people that respect you. No, it's not possible. No way. Even on the show, there are just some topic that we cannot discuss it. That's biased. So it's just how people understand things. And the whole thing about people have to be neutral. No, there's no neutrality. If you consider it to be, look, I will not sit down. You take leadership. You damaging my country. That you expect me to be neutral? No, I will not. Equally so too. When you take over leadership and you're doing better, I will stand with you. Not necessarily because of you as a person, but because of the country. That's all about it. All you should request for the platform, the play, the how they can say it, the play field for you to be able to do what you can do. Like this platform, we have the right. Forget about I have a side. You come on the platform and say, take your position, defend your side. And it's the same thing they do. Oh, government's supposed to focus on their job, but you won't cause government official will not respond. You won't spread lies. The government official will not respond to your lies. They must focus on their job. You're crazy, man. It will not work. But
you see,
good to be here.
Try to test you with that, huh? So you can.
Huh?
I see somebody try to test you with that today, huh? So you can.
I mean, it just all over the place. Oh yeah, you're not neutral. You're on that show. You're not neutral. You're supposed to be.
This is what I always tell people, right? Well, this is not CNN, right? This is not what should I say, ABCs. Even those shows, when you're on there and you're saying something that is not right or that is wrong, it's not accurate, the host for the integrity of the show or of that network, the host will try to correct you, whether they're Republican or Democrat, right?
Right.
It's trying to stay neutral, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're the host of the show, the journalists, but they will still try to correct you. It doesn't mean that they're being any bias. Either way, they will do it either way. When it needs to be corrected on the other side, they will do what it needs to be corrected. But it's not something like it's a competition. Right, because I correct a guy from the Republican side, he was telling lies, so I have to correct somebody from the Democratic side. But what if he did not say anything that needed correction? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not a competition that, since I've already corrected one person from the Republican side, I must do it on the Democratic side. Even though there's nothing there to correct, I must do it. If I don't do it, then you're biased. That's the whole thing. That's how the whole thing is with here, right? With George. Oh, well, you can correct me. You can ask me a question. How come you can't ask the other people? Well, there's nothing there to ask about. There's nothing there to correct. That is the same thing that I believe. Maybe somebody else, you can correct me, right? If you feel like I'm saying something wrong, you can correct me. You who knows the right one, you can do that. But to say I have to do it because I did it to you, I have to do it. No, that's not how it is. And I'm not a journalist. We always say on here, everybody, we are all young Liberians who have our size and come on here. We was on Spoon late night. Well, when our rent got delayed. Let me say it like that. But no, I'm just joking, y'all. When we stopped going on Spoon, we decided we love doing it, right? Talking and somebody still came on his side. So why I'm here doing, I still hold my stand. I still support the rescue mission, right? And I still support them, but that doesn't mean I'll be blind to any bad thing that they're doing, or I'm not gonna say, or I'm not gonna know. We bring it about, we talk about it. And if you're here trying to say things that is not right, contrary to what I'm saying, what everybody else is saying, I'll have to correct you. You understand? So for them to go, oh, Amy, you're not neutral. I did not say I was neutral.
Amy,
even if I put you here to come, you still won't be neutral. So what's the point? Give a neutral person in. They got the mechanism. So I don't even pay that no mind because I feel like you cannot please everybody. You would not. Even if a city, somebody's supposed to CDC staying here, somebody will still have something to say. So, I mean,
And you know, sometimes they do this thing. They say they do this thing with a motive. Sometimes you just have to understand the game. They say these things so you can be in the city and you're corner and feel guilty. They say, "Oh yeah, oh, everybody say I'm not." That's the whole essence of when you see them saying this thing. So you can be guilty, you can feel, and by the time you fall guilty, by the time you feel guilty that you're not doing the right thing, right there, it become a victory for them. That's the whole game. Not just you. Anybody. You see, sometimes somebody talking to you, Mama, just say the truth. Sometimes I say, but wait, why you gotta tell me to say the truth? And you know, even in conversation, somebody says, Mama, just say the truth. Sometimes I say, but wait, so you don't expect me to say the truth? Or you think by you saying it, I want me to say the truth? So people can always say, because some of you are too controversial. I say, no, that's not being controversial. Just leave me and say, let me be myself, right? Like I told somebody, when you say, look, Maurice, I don't trust you. Trust me, I have no issue with you. You don't trust me, you have your reason why you don't trust me. But when you say nobody should trust me, then you have to prove why nobody should trust me. But I give it back to you. I mean, you know, yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's, and I'm pretty sure the Unity Party people too will do the same thing. So because even on here, well, it's so funny. Like when I'm trying to ask questions with CDC, because I know when it sends some misleading stuff. When I try to ask questions, the guys who support the Unity Party or the real Unity Party, they get mad at me. Say I'm giving them more time. I'm giving the CDC guys more time, and CDC get mad at me. Say I'm asking them questions. So I never win. I'm never in the winning seat, so I don't even bother. You know, it's a whole both side thing. I guess that's the mentality I'm not, and I can't help that. But we don't have any copyright to this song. Once again, we're just playing it for what did this say? Entertainment purposes.
Right.
So I need you to pay attention to this stream, right? That you're seeing on here, and tell me what you think about it before I. And here.
What is that? Real life?
It looks like, oh no, that's me like lying to you. And another one here. You gotta be telling me what this is. And another one here. Is it like ELW Junction? No?
Yeah, it looked like, yeah, you're right. It looked like ELW Junction.
Okay. So you tell me what you think about that. I just show you four. This is the 4 different, the session. I like how they're stopping. It's the red light. Everybody's stopping. This is cute. But go ahead. We get this some.
Yeah, I mean, it is so nice, and look, the beautification of the city is just something that you can, because that is the first contact when people come in your country. The first contact is your city, your capital city. The capital city is the hub of the country. So for the place to look like this, it's just, I think the city mayor, whoever the city mayor, I think the government as a whole is really doing well, and they're doing well. It's so nice. It's so pretty. The city looks so clean.
It is.
Yeah.
But my concern about that is that you see how there was added 4 intersections.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of nervous about that because some people are not used to seeing stuff like that, right? And they're driving, and you got motorcyclists. My concern is that wouldn't they be paying attention to it, like the thing they're watching TV, and for that to cause accident? When I seen that was the first thing I ran to mind. It's not like a sign that you have the street intersection on there. So going this way, like, what is it, Dubo Road or Prince Ferry there, or going Congerton Back Road. and the other one going to RIA Road, something like that. That would be like the sign in that the street sign and stuff. But they're showing like, I don't know, it was like a video showing on them. And I don't know. I'm kind of nervous about that. Maybe I'm overthinking that, but I don't know if I like that.
I think you're overthinking. I think if I'm not mistaken, there's a roundabout, there's a mini run, there's a small roundabout in that particular vicinity, that particular area. There's a roundabout that to be able to control the traffic, that so like a crisscross, you can I think there's a roundabout in that area. And I mean, there's a good observation, but equally so too, the city got to look fine. We got to give the city up, a facelift.
Yeah, but I don't want it to be.
And that place is like a melting point. There's an area that there's always a security force. There's always a police. There's always a police officers in a particular place, because that place is not far from the ELBC, from the the LRA. And that intersection, if I'm not mistaken, there's a roundabout, and there's always officers, police officers. Even before the play look like this, there's always police officers at that particular point. And as we get along, people will be able to get used to the system.
Yeah, they'll get used to it.
They'll get used to the system. We just have to start from somewhere. And our people, right now we live in a modern world now. People seeing all these things, and the good thing, it is in the heart of the city, is in Monrovia. For the most part, most of the people that live in Monrovia, they're on the social media, they see all these things. So they know that when you're driving, you can't be watching that stuff. Like people that are just seeing current for the first time, people that are just seeing TV for the first time. No, I don't think that is the case. But it is a good observation.
I don't know. I hope so. I'll be praying for them. But yeah, it kind of nerve-wracking when I seen that. But we're trying to upgrade them, but we gotta do it in a safe fashion too, right? Safe one, and we can't upgrade and be thinking about something else, about God forbid accident and stuff like that. You don't want that. You want to upgrade and everybody be in one piece while you doing the upgrade and something. Yeah, so at times goes by. Maybe they'll get used to it. You're right, but it's just from the beginning. I'm just a little bit, but hopefully they can stop seeing like videos and stuff like what we were just watching, like the playing stuff on it. They just be something about the sign and the roles.
Before, during Madam Salif time, I think they introduced a system, but that was they started it, but that was somewhere like a show during the Amara Corner time. They had a billboard right by Finance Ministry on Broad Street, but I was just showing the budget, and I'm not even sure it lasted for like 2-3 months, because there were no stable electricity. They had it right on Broad Street. It couldn't even come on. I'm not even sure it lasted for like a month or two, because there was no stable current. The whole place was dark and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know how that whole thing, whether somebody grab it or maybe the government itself took it up, so they could not able to sustain it. I remember during the early time. So go ahead.
Yeah. So, but I think those were all try and error, and this time around, everything would be done properly. The mistakes that were made that couldn't sustain it, they'll check all of those things now, because we are past the try and error period.
Right.
We have to be doing it the right way now, and hopefully this is one of them. So let's go to LEC, our favorite LEC. Maurice, what is going on? Are people not paying their bills? Let me read this. As you know that, oh no, not LEC. We have to be somewhere working for Pulligate Electricity. So the Elaborate Legislative Corporation headquartered in Monrovia has been shut down due to a debt of $309,929.40 owed to the Swedish company Etel Network. On Tuesday, sheriff from the debt courts, the interest after LEC failed to fulfill a court's order payment. This action followed a right of execution issue on January 5th. That was yesterday. Yeah, January, which was Monday, January 5th. It's signed by the judge named James.
Yesterday, Tuesday. I mean, today. Anyway, Tuesday was January 6th.
The seizure instead of LEC assets to recover the unpaid. Oh, their assets too? To recover the unpaid debt. The order requires the arrest of LEC managing director. No, Mohammed Sharif, along with others, director to appear before the courts. What? Now the people tripping, Morris. So, what is going on with this? Like, it doesn't matter if you met it there or not, right? As long as your boss knows how to take care of those things. But talk to me about it. I don't know.
I think I didn't get a full detail of the story, but what I know,
they're owing the people rent.
Right, from the little that I know.
Yeah, from the read up, that's what it's saying.
Yeah.
$109,000.
I think from the little that I know, I think the whole thing started, I think, 2016.
Okay, so it's not a new debt.
No, it's not a new stuff. I think it started 2016 with this Swedish company. I think they brought poles, and the street poles, the electric poles, and other materials for LEC. So from that time, electric poles. So
they're saying debt. They're not saying rent. Okay.
Yeah, it's debt. It's not rent.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think they've been going back and forth from 2016 when the CDC took over Money Capital. From the little that I know, though, when Money Capital took over, I think they've been going back and forth. In fact, Money Capital told them to go to court if they have any legitimate case against them. So they've been going back and forth with them up to this point where the new management under Sharif, now the judge finally passed a ruling that they should close the LEC gate and they should sell some of the property. And in fact, the judge ordered that they should, top officials, including the MD, they should all be arrested.
But is that a fair judgment in our part, though? Even though he never had anything to do with it, he just walked in there. They're ordering his arrest. Is that a fair game?
I don't even know. It's just crazy because look, the thing here is that we are not lawyers, but we have the right to make our input on national.
But we got common sense.
Right. We are not lawyers, but we have every citizen in every country have the right to make their opinion on national issues. So it's the same that we are doing here. Because the law here is that the law is wisdom. The law is not to that something scientific that just there. Every time you have to apply that particular law. No, that's why for the most part, when you pass a decision, when you pass a judgment, you always make reference that 1822, these things happen. So this was the action that we took when these things happen. So, and equally so too, you look at the consequences thereafter, after your ruling, after your judgment. Now, you say this company, LEC owned the company for like $200,000-$300,000 for years, and now they can pay. So when you shut down the LEC, and you order the officials of LEC to be arrested, you did not even take into consideration the consequences thereafter. Because the LEC that you are shut down, it will affect every other person. Let's say I'm a citizen, I pay my rent, I pay my electricity. You deny me from getting electricity just because somebody owns stuff. I'm affected. I could also get angry and want to take action. Let's say for national security, let's say the executive mansion go off. Are you taking?
should that be the reason? Will that happen if you close the office of the LEC?
You shut the LEC, you shut it down. That I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that the LEC that in West Point, the one that in West Point, I think the office, and that office is there to monitor the I think Central Monrovia or something like that, to monitor the electric. Oh yeah, that office is the office that monitor the power system, Central Monrovia. I think even some part of the country, that the area you said they must shut down. So let's say, like I was saying, the executive mansion go off. Are you taking that into consideration? Let's say somebody at JFK that's surviving on oxygen through electricity. Are you taking that into consideration? You could not use a wisdom to use any other remedy but to shut down. It's like you say, because you get problem with the water and seawater or the MD, that you shut down the whole water system, the whole country. Are you taking into consideration the amount of people that will get affected by that your action? So, like I said, law is wisdom. I think the judge did not apply any wisdom in the whole judgment. And I think the only thing I can say, sometimes they got people within the system that also sabotage. They're there to sabotage the system itself. This is just the case. Because that judge is part of the government. For him to pass such a decision that they should cut down, they should shut down LEC, really? Are you really okay?
So, what I see in that is, if that is the case, the this managing director just came in, right? He's not the one who this company has been having this problem with. So, I think there could be a way that you could, approach this, but kind of, I don't know if he has been briefed on it when he came in about the whole saga. I'm pretty sure maybe he has, and budget that he been getting is about operation, right? Everything
Right.
out there that he has to do, not to pay this one, but in order to do that, I think with the red after the court, because the court if the court passed a judgment for this company, they passed a judgment, they have to, they have to go by the law. But how do we implement this judgment, put it into full swing or whatever it is? And this is where they had to bring both parties to the table to try to, like you said, reason has used their wisdom to figure it out. Because maybe Muhammad Sharif is the kind of director that don't like those things hanging away. He would have found a way to pay it because he made it, he inherited it, even though he didn't cause the problem. But being the boss now, he has to deal with it. So, but for you to say that you arrest him, who had nothing to do with it, absolutely nothing to do with this, because he's the manager now. It's like there was a corruption that went on somewhere, right? With the former manager that was there, then you said, "Oh yeah, because I found the company is guilty, so you get the manager that there now, even though he's new, arrest him." It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. I can get it if you want to shut the door and whatever and stuff, but to arrest the managing director who just walked in that problem, it still doesn't make any sense to me. But like you said, we are not lawyers. They are the smart ones. They know what they're doing, so we can only get our 2 cents in it. That's what. But as far as stopping operation, I don't know if they shut that door, if that's where they're controlling the whole power grid, like you said, for the regions that you name it.
Central Morovia. I think Central Morovia.
If they're controlling it from there, then no, shutting it down is not a good idea. That's not what it's supposed to do. But so far, we haven't heard anything about any, negative thing that it has since they've been shut down. People have just been making fun of it. That's all.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what the law says, because you see, like I said, every time things happen, the law will interpret, the law will state the reason why this action was taken, right? Like I said, you see, we took this action because years back, when these things happened, or even when these things happened years back, these were the decisions that we took. So it's based on that. The law will always reference, right? The law will everywhere the law will always reference. Look, we took the decision because when these things happened years back or yesterday, these were the decisions we took. That's why, for the most part, they will always watch to see whether the same thing that happened to Amy and the decision that was taken against Amy, Maurice did the same thing. They're watching whether it will be the same action that will be taken, right? So that those two actions can correspond. The judge did not tell us to make any reference that, okay, years back, this government entity were owing somebody, some private company and stuff like that. They refused to pay. This was the actions that we took. The law took against it. Oh, this is the first time in its history.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Could it be the first time?
Yeah. Oh, this is the first time. Since this is the first time in the history, in our history, so we are basing it on this law that says if a government entity owe this person, these are the actions that we're supposed to take. The judge supposed to explain that. You know what I mean, right? Explain that to us for us to. But
well,
all
maybe
we can
they
do,
did.
all we can do now is to interpret the intent. What is the intent? How are you going to shut down? How are you going to shut down the whole LEC office? And you say they will sell the property, some of the property that they will sell it. That is not enough. But the direct
have enough burgers. What if they have burgers in there? Trying to sell burgers.
That is not enough. That is not enough. But the MD and his deputies will be arrested. But mind you, the property, the LEC property, is not for LEC officials. It's for the country.
Well, that's the country then.
It's for the country. So how, I don't understand that part. How are you going to sell what belongs to everybody?
But Morris, let me help you with that part a little bit. Let me put my legal hat on a little bit.
Right.
So they're suing LEC as a company, not the individuals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when they're suing the company, that means they're suing that part of the entity they're suing it. So whatever belongs to that entity, whatever belongs to that company,
mm-hmm.
they can seize it. And they will not look at it as, oh, this is for the whole country and whatever. So if LEC owe those people, then the whole country owe the people, so they have to do what they gotta do.
The counter argument could be okay, but for the whole country, that could be a counter argument. Like I'm just putting out there.
When they were using it, when they were taking my stuff, they said LEC as the entity, as the company or whatever, LEC. So say LEC is representing the entire lights in the country everywhere, then that's who I'm dealing with. So there's no go kind about it. I don't think that the MD like money captain when they took it as I'm taking this as money captain. No, he gonna LEC. He took it as the name the LEC. Oh no, the LEC umbrella. So anything happens, they have to go after LEC.
So you go back to you, then I throw it back to you. I think you just boho in your own argument. Now you're saying that why the MD should be arrested. So that the argument could also be because the MD is heading the entity. Is that a fair argument to make?
No, it's not.
So why? So that's what I say. See, it requires. That's what I say. It requires.
We're talking about it. We're talking about the materials. We're not talking about who was there using the entity name, taking the debt or the bill in the entity's name, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Money Captain was the one who did that, and you were suing Money Captain, and your Money Captain will go, okay, Money Captain is no longer there. It's a new MD that is there. He wasn't there when all of this is coming. It's like I said, a corruption something.
Money Captain were not even there when the whole thing happened.
So whoever was there that was
there. It was 2016. I think if I'm not mistaken, 2016.
And it's been a long time. So the people got a right to be mad or shut them down. It's been a while. It's 2016. So whoever that was there, the person who did the act and did not want to something that if the person was still there, it would make sense, right? But these people did not know about it. They came and walked into it. So the only thing you can hold them by, okay, since you are the MD now, you have to pay this money from this entity account or whatever. This is the bill to LEC. That's the only thing. But to say the negligence that was done, you should personally pay for it as if you're the one who did that. I don't think it's fair. That's what I'm saying. The same thing with, let's say, money got missing, right? Mismanaged. None of these two, Muhammad Sharif was not there when that happened. Then you still owe because they audited LEC. And in 2016, there was a money that got missing. So, okay, we're going to hold Muhammad Sharif responsible because he's the MD now. How fair is that? You can't do that. The MD at the time, they won't hold that responsibility. If that's something to say the entity all they have to pay, then yes, Muhammad Sharif will have to pay because he's over that entity now. But to say personally, he get held to go to jail for it, no, it's not fair.
But you have to understand too that, right? There's something in public administration says the higher the position, the higher the responsibility, right? Is the office. The fact that Muhammad Sharif came in the office, let me do the devil advocacy now. The fact that Muhammad Sharif came in occupied that office, he should have taken responsibility. That's why I make it the higher the position, the higher the responsibility. Muhammad Sharif should have taken responsibility of that because you see, crime, you can be punished.
It's not transferable. Thank you. Thank God you said it. You needed to end it. When you said crime, I just ended it for it's not transferable. So, yeah, I'm talking about personal.
All right, crime. There's two ways that you sometimes can be punished for a crime, either by commission or by omission. If you fail, you do or you don't do. You can also be punished just by you not by omission, by you not stopping from the crime from happening. You can be punished for that. So
how could he stop that from?
So the fact that Muhammad Sharif came, he occupied the office. This issue, he head in the office now because he's the head of the office. The office owes John Brown. Muhammad Sharif should be the one to handle that case. So when you invite, okay, let's say inviting LEC, who will show up? When you invite LEC, that Muhammad Sharif will show up because he head in the office.
Oh, Maurice. You're not getting this thing here.
So when you invite LEC,
he has to show up because he's the one held in that office now.
There you go.
But if any corruption that was done or any mismanagement that was done before he got there, that's not his to own personally.
No, but this case is not corruption.
If there's a debt, I'm saying something. Mm-hmm. If this is a debt that it just needs to be paid, he can pay that from that entity account. If he has that money available, he can say, "Oh, I will not yet, so I'm going to ignore it." No, he can pay it from there.
So why he did not? Why he did not pay?
If it's something that personally the person had to be held personally, like going to jail or something like arresting him, that is not his to own. No.
No, but he can be called to question though because he head in the office.
Yeah, you can call him to question. Did you meet this bill? Did you see that? What are you gonna do about it? Or how is it? They can question him on that, but not arrest him.
So there probably was a misuse of word, arrest, or maybe someone and stuff. It could be a misuse of word. But the idea, it could be a misuse of word. Maybe they use the word arrest. I've not seen the official document that came from the court.
Okay.
Yeah, what I saw is on social media. It could be a misuse of word. Maybe, but in all cases, Sharif will be invited because he head in the office. There's an issue between you, or probably he have been invited, or he reneged because during Captain time they were going back and forth. Captain said they must show something, proof and stuff like that. I'm not sure the whole thing. Sharif, the current managing director, is not aware of this stuff. Probably is aware. They informed me that look, when he came, this is the case between the person and the entity.
He can be aware. I'm not saying because the bill has to get paid.
All right.
So he can be aware, so he can know to pay that bill.
Right.
But however that bill will refuse, or whatever that bill happened, however it happened between those people and that LDC and that people, he knows nothing about it. The only thing that is hanging over his head as a managing director now, if the court order that bill needs to be paid, he gotta pay it.
Yes, so that why you being invited. Probably he came, maybe he did the same thing money capital day. He said, I don't care for you, man. I don't know about this and I don't get time.
You gotta go in the account if they have money there now for that, because every little single thing in Liberia now, they need every penny right now, got something to do with it, right? So if they didn't put anything in the budget for that to pay that bill, I can understand why he would not want to use it, because he needs to be on there.
Mm-hmm.
So if nothing was put in the budget for that particular bill, and then when he took money from that's the money for let he sold the turn on in Nipo Street or whatever, and then the lights is not turned on, that would be something for him.
That is my issue down there. I'm seeing the judge, I don't know how they can say magnanimous enough. The judge was not conscious enough to look at the bigger picture, the consequences thereafter. Because when you pass a judgment, sometimes that's why they say the law is wisdom. There's nothing written in law that those judges that are human beings. Sometimes they even make mistakes. That's why when you're passing a judgment, you look at the consequences thereafter. How many persons the decision will affect? Now you say the person LEC, the institution, or one person 300, 500,000. Yeah, you want to show that the whole LEC. Are you taking into consideration the security implication? Like I said, let's say the whole Monrovia goes short in darkness. Are you thinking about the security, about the amount of people that will get injured, the amount of people that will get harmed?
Maybe they did. Maybe whatever they're doing has nothing to do with the lights turning on and off. Maybe they did.
How people enter the office? You see the man locking the door. Nobody will enter the whole compound. You see the man standing the sheriff.
Is that the only compound they have? LDC offices? Is there only one office?
Like I told you, that particular area is a center point. That's the area that monitors Central Monrovia. That area is the area that monitors Central Monrovia, that supply, that know whether the current is. Like when they take trip, when they break out trip, when the other area get like the other, that the area that controlling. It's almost like a command center. Yeah, and that you think people go close area that are not too important to LEC, they will go to area that are really, really important to LEC. You said the Mestany putting lock to the door.
Well, maybe that's what we're getting to pay.
So you see, so that's what there will go.
So they needed to be on. So maybe that will get them to pay attention to their responsibility. So
that judge is sabotage.
I don't think so.
He is.
He gotta go by the law. If the law says that these people, at least all those people, and it's been a while, I can understand why he would say that. Why he could also, call a conference between the two. That you gotta, sending these people money. It's been a while, and I know you not the one who's sending, but you have to. There's a way you gotta get to the finance administrator or whatever, and something and pay this money because it has been sometimes, trying to get us something. But I don't think that arresting him. The only thing I got problem with is saying that they should arrest him and his lieutenants. Like, nah. They weren't the one. They didn't do anything. They just managing it. Came in as the new manager, and why do I have to pay for this? Personally, no. We can do the money part to it because it's not coming from my pocket. It will come from the entity pocket. But I mean, plastic or whatever bank account. But it's to arrest the dude. I think that is just my opinion. Maybe I could be. I don't know what the law says, but I don't think that sounds right. It's kind of like he paying for something somebody else did. And the only way he should be paying for that is he signing the check. Not any other way. because he's had the pen to sign the checks that any check that walk out of there now. So he should be signing that check instead of being arrested. No. That's something. But anyways, that's all I got on there. Let's something and go. It's already late, Morris. Let's just go and go to our closing today.
What happened? Where are your other soldiers and where they at?
George probably sleeping. George still in Liberia. He probably sleep.
Yeah.
He wanted to talk about it yesterday. I thought he was going to come on today to talk about it because I'm pretty sure that the politics side of it, he wanted. Why are they not doing this? Why are they not doing this?
But it's not happy on the podcast. It happened to actually the guy really pushed hard from my understanding on that during money capital time, during the CDC time, he pushed hard. So actually I think they were going back and forth, money capital, back and forth, this and that. And from what I heard, that the money is not even just the accumulation that went to that amount. It was not even the exact amount.
Oh, so
yeah. I think it was not the exact amount. I think for the delay.
It's still not fair though. If at least the oldest man since 2016, I think that if they had a mean to pay, they should have paid him. If he got his paperwork, everything's proving that at least he owes him. They're supposed to pay him. It doesn't matter who was there. They're supposed to pay him. It's the institution that owes him. So if they were giving him the run, that's not right. And if he gave LDC any service and they did not pay him for it, they owe it to him. They need to pay him. That's just the bottom line.
For me, I still don't agree with the judge decision because you see, this is government entity. You can demand the government to pay this man. If LEC is part of the government, is under the executive. Mm-hmm. If the entity refused to pay, you got a code. You got power. Order demand the government, mm-hmm. the executive to pay this man. But you can't go shut down LEC. You can't try to shut down LEC because it's trying to create inconvenience for the whole country. You not even consider the security implication. Every other thing. Imagine people laying in the hospital, the on oxygen, and the current go. Do you take that into consideration? I mean, so I don't know what kind of decision, what kind of wisdom that judge applied. That was to pass that judgment, that go and shut down the place and close down the place. It's a public entity. Demand the government. Demand the government. Demand the entire government to pay this man money. Yeah. Demand the government to pay. You could. If they may not satisfy, they may go to the Supreme Court. You can't say it been happening. Many times they demand government to pay somebody. It's happening. I remember the Nigerian guy that came in the country, I don't know how many 100,000. Yeah. That man, what happened? What happened? The man even went to ECOWAS court and they demand the man to pay. This is a responsible government. They will pay. If you demand that, look, you owe this man as the government, you owe this man and pay the man. Mm-hmm. They will definitely pay. But you can't go shut down whole agency, and I don't know, man. It's just, yeah. Maybe that man just trying to get on the spotlight, man. Maybe that judge is just trying to get on the spotlight. You can't see anybody know when you say.
Yeah, I think they kind of open that place today. I think they reopened it today, probably. But they didn't show that, but I think that's what they did. They're not going to keep it like that. But that's something I'm already there.
Yeah, I mean, it's already, so I will just close up with what I started. Mm-hmm. Don't let anybody, look, we all have our sin, we all have our side. Nobody neutral. Neutral itself is a position. When you say I'm neutral, I have a position there. I don't care. I don't care for why you do, why you're not. They got people who say, you know what, I don't care for your liberal country. I don't care for your liberal man. That I want a position right there. They care less. What happy when happy liberal go up, liberal come down, another business. That they want a position right there. So everybody have a position. Like I said, we human beings, we are designed to have that bias tendency. Yeah. Even the children you born, those the smart ones, the serious ones, you will not treat them equally with the one that are not serious. No, you can't treat all of them the same way. The one that are serious, that are very humble, respectful, doing very well, you will not treat them the same way you treat the other one. Eh? No, so that's biasness by itself. So don't let anybody corner you, anybody make you feel guilty. Besides talk show, in real life, don't let anybody set standard for you that what they want you to live by their standard. Let me close up on this, right? I remember, was it last year when we were going to Liberia? So this lady and I, who were in the same plane, New York. So I did not know when Morocco were transit were inline. So I just saw her. So I went to her. I said, "Oh, what's up? You in the plane?" Say, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, man. What's up?" So I said, "Going to Liberia." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Myself to me, I just going to Liberia for a short visit. I just going to speak to the family, children, and come back." You know what that lady told me? Me, I'm not going for visit. I'm not going for visit. I'm going for purpose. So I just, yeah. So I just laugh. I said, okay. I was so tired and bitter. So I just said, you know what? Because I was at the back, she was in front. So I just left for me. I just went back. What are you telling me? So what she was trying to tell me is that the visit I'm going for is not purpose. It's not important. And people have this notion that even your own country, before you talk about your country, you must show them what you now do for the country. You must show them the 10 houses in our bay, the 10 stores in our open, how many times I go to Liberia. You must show them where before they give permission, to talk about your own country. You know that, right? You not experience that?
Well, I was told to talk about Liberia because
you must give them reason why you
must talk. Vasco said I was 3 years old when I came here, so I don't know anything about Liberia.
Yeah. You must give them reason why you must talk about your own country. Tell them how many horses in that bay. They will ask you, when the last time I go Liberia, what you not do for the country? Who are you to tell me? Who are you to set standard for me? Who are you? So anyway, it was a good one, man. Thanks for the show.
Yeah. Everybody loves Liberia either. Well, sorry about that. Thank you guys for coming. We all but this is what I tell people that me being doing the election, and Vasco used to try to shut me up when he's saying that. And I always told him it was better for some of us to leave the country when we did, right? And maybe that's why we have the many people we have today to know the right from the wrong that you guys who grew up there, are so accustomed to, and think that you should be healing people who are ruining the country and tearing it down, and you should be singing praises to them and singing praises to politicians who were part of the war and all of that. But we who came outside of there and came outside, we know better. We can see better. We see the differences. So you don't tell me I don't have to, grow up in Liberia before I talk about Liberia. It's where I was born. That is my country. It doesn't matter where I'm at. It doesn't matter where I grew up. So if I'm doing it for love for country, not for somebody saying, "Oh, because you were there when you grow gray hair," and I wasn't there to. When all the time you spend there doesn't make you any more of a Liberian than I am. It's just different. Like it made me. I think I love Liberia more than you because I'm trying to find someone who it doesn't matter who it is, someone who is intentional about developing the country and not robbing it and not destroying it. But you here healing a guy who has done nothing but destroy the country and loot at him and his friends, and you calling that. So if we look at it that way, me being out of Liberia, I think it makes me have more love for Liberia than you who grew up there. Because I see where I grew up, I see what is being done there, and I see that's what I want for Liberia. So I think it's a good thing that we both did not grow up there. You stayed there when you're sitting in the time I left out. So, those things, I always have answers for this stuff. Thank God. I can be wisdom to answer those questions for them. I don't let it bother me or to go, oh, why is that? Well, I just try to make you understand because when I went to Liberia, like sometimes you see people doing some stuff when you tell them, oh, that Liberia, yo, that your American team, I'm not bringing that up, but what does that mean? Well, nothing good can happen in Liberia. Well, nothing, what do you mean by that? The Liberia, the American thing. Okay, so guess what? It's not an American thing. It's something that's supposed to be done. That's why people like us who are out of that mindset, that area, that environment, because I know if we were going to grow up there, we're going to have the same the same mindset too. It's just the environment that shape you and make you, right? So not everybody have to be there at the same time the whole time. So it's okay, Vasco, that I was out of there and you were there. It doesn't make you any more of a librarian. It's okay. That's how it's supposed to be, So yeah, it doesn't bother me when somebody try to make me look like I don't have no stick in like I shouldn't talk in like bro problem because that is not true. So I don't allow it to get to me. It's not true, right? Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for chatting with us. Thank you for your comments. Please continue to share this show. And we ask you to join us sometimes. Comment, like, share. But we also like to join us sometimes to come say and let's talk about Liberia. Hopefully, everybody. Look, somebody saw a Touré wedding picture today too, Morris, and they came. Moses in the comments and say he got married.
Yeah, I saw Touré photos on Facebook.
Yes, everybody's seeing Touré's pictures, so we can't wait for the wedding guy. So welcome him back for well, to welcome him. No, we're not welcoming him back in the Bonamé territory. He's out of that Bonamé territory now. We like him where he is right now. So welcome him to the Mr. Word. So today he's taking that big steps, and I'm pretty sure he's ready for it. And we should celebrate him for that. We can't wait to see Touré. What time he's going to come back? When he's going to leave Liberia?
Touré's supposed to be here this weekend. From what he told me, this weekend is supposed to be here.
Yeah, so we can't wait. We can't wait. Who knows? Touré might be taking they were Touré not but I mean anymore. He might not be coming on the show because Touré got a new wife. He got a killer to his new wife. Oh Lord have mercy. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Well, time will tell, right?
Well, I mean, it's a good thing. A strong panelist on the show. He got maybe a night exchange contributed to that wedding to say, no, I'm gotta get married. Yeah,
dude, right?
Yeah, so maybe the platform push him to get married, Yeah, so and that will place him in a better place to discuss social issue now, on the show. Yeah, so I mean, he's a good one. Yeah, I mean, he got a lot of mentees on the show. He shouldn't worry. Yeah, I mean, he will get a lot of mentors on the show. He shouldn't worry. Yeah.
All the been there, done that, huh?
You're right. He got a lot of mentors on the show, so he will be has the mentees. He will be taken care of. He will be well taken care of.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're here for it. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you guys willing tomorrow. Let's come back here, and hopefully Morris will be on time. It's okay, guys. Let's come back here and talk more about Liberia.
I will try.
The good, bad, and ugly of our country. We love that they call Liberia, and no one can make it better but us, right? We gotta talking about what we want to see, what is being done that is not right. We have to talk about it regardless of who is in power, who we like them or not. Telling people the truth doesn't mean you hate them. You're just trying to guide them into doing the right thing. It doesn't mean you hate them. And sometimes we come on here, we blast at the government for doing some things that we feel like is wrong. It doesn't mean we're not supporting the government, right, Morris? It still doesn't mean, but you have to be honest. Even though you support them because you feel like they can do right by Liberia, not because you love them, you can't live without them, or even though they destroy the country, oh no, you got to keep loving them. No, that's not the kind of support I give. I support you because you're doing right by Liberia. If you're not doing right by Liberia, I don't support you. I don't care who you are. Even if I did not support you to win election, when you after you won and you start doing something that surprises me, like, come on, prove me wrong. I'm jumping on that bandwagon. If you prove me wrong and start doing the things that I never thought you would do, so I can support you, you start doing it, I will start to support you there. Because why you're doing something good for my country, and that's the mindset that we all should have, instead of having the social all mentality. And we know you love your political parties, but please love Liberia first, and then that political party comes second. That was it. Thank you. I am so tired, y'all. I think I can see my eyes. We gotta go. Yeah. So we gotta. Thank you. Thank you so much. We gotta go. We'll see you guys, God's willing, tomorrow. Good night. Good day. Ciao. See you later.